Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't figured it out yet, I do post these on YouTube first, and then they later on get posted on TikTok. So if you want to see everything done first, follow the link in my bio, find the YouTube one, and check me out on YouTube. And also, I did recently start a Love in Deep Space fan page on Facebook. So if you want to join me on a fan page, you can also find the link in that bio as well. Anyways, this is the next part for the Zane segment. Alright, so let's get into it. This is part 2 on Zane, but this is actually part 8 altogether in the theories surrounding everything going into this game. Remember, this is all just theory and opinion based unless I have actually dug into the antidotes and whatever is going on to this game. So, let's have some fun with this. Okay, we know Zane is a genius. If you've gotten the memory cards, if you've gotten the antidotes, we know this man is bloody brilliant. He is so brilliant. If you've gotten any of his cards, one of them in particular, you're going on basically a date to his campus. You run into some of his old classmates. They come up, they're talking to you. He doesn't even correct them when they call you his girlfriend. It's over his head. He's moved on. He doesn't even register that that is what they have even called you. Ignore the mess in the back. This is being turned into my sound booth studio, and we are still renovating in here. Okay, so they're all the same age, but this man, he worked his behind off. He's already a cardiologist, and they're bragging about how he continued to level up, graduating and moving on ahead of everybody, excelling. And he would study and study and study, continuing. There's a 24-hour library there. He would go get some like kebabs from a stand. They would stay open late. You guys are going over there to get food because you thought each of you could outdo one another at these fancy restaurants, but both of you hated each of what you guys picked out. So you're going to the stand to get food. That's where you guys were heading, because he's like, you know what? I actually know of a place that both of us will actually like. That's where you guys were heading until you guys ran into his classmates, old classmates. These guys have not even graduated yet. And she's like, we're interrupting their date. And your main character's kind of over here like, it's not a date. It's a date, homie, it's a date. This girl's going on about like, you're his girlfriend. And you're thinking, we're not boyfriend, girlfriend. Lesbian characters and I. But we're his girlfriend. And Zane's not even correcting them. Not correcting, saying, oh, this is just my friend. My dog's trying to get in, or my cat. But both this guy and girl apparently, weren't focused on school as much as Zane was. But they're over here bragging about how much of a genius he is. Everyone in the school knew how much of a genius he was. He had spent hours on end studying and excelling enough that he would be bumped up grade after grade after grade, to the point that he graduated the youngest at that university. And now he's the youngest cardiologist at Asco Hospital. And he's the best. He's the lead. He's outdoing everybody. And everybody wants him. Everybody wants this man. Even Xander Sciences. Because they need him for their surgeries that they're doing. Xander Science is also Ever. They need him. I mean, it's not that they can't just find somebody else that's a top-notch surgeon, but Xander Science also has Zane's research. They're using his research for the protocore because who's the one that stole it? Who's the one that brought it over to them? Who's the one that did that? Carter. Dear old classmate Carter. Carter's the one that stole it. Carter's the one that's using it. Carter's the one that told Zane what he did. Carter's the one that thought if he brought Zane over there and showed what they were doing, showed literally live, Operation Live, everything, doing everything they were doing, that it would break Zane and make him want to join them, make him want to save lives, make him want to be a part of something, pull his heartstrings, weigh on him, do it all. He literally thought that if he did this to Zane, he had him and he could reel him in and force his hand because he had his research. And he really thought he had a one-up on him, but he didn't. Zane's a lot tougher than he thought he was going to be. Yeah. Zane didn't like seeing what was happening. He doesn't like seeing the downfall of people. But he doesn't agree with what Xander Science is doing. He wants to make a difference in a different way, not with what they're doing. So, this is where Carter really wants to get his hands on main character. Because they need that genius brain. But that genius brain isn't going to fall for it. And that genius brain has better things to do than work for Xander Science and Ever. Because they're one and the same. And I'll carry this over to the last part.